Hi, Underground. Yes, you are. Good to see you. How's my mic? Is it okay? Aw. Thanks for the resub, Underground. I appreciate it. Love you very much. Perfect. Excellent. I'm going to put myself back on mute. Can you hear the background music? Two for two. Woo! All right. We're on a roll. Feeling pretty good right now. Elizabeth, good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're still feeling okay. Yes, you better bring me pizza if you're making that motion and flex. I did see that. I thought it was kind of funny. But there's a whole lot about that that's amusing for the right people. Yes. All of the ha-has. Tat, good to see you. Shout out to one of my favorite VIPs. Yes, no, we weren't, managed to get out safely. Little nerve-wracking there, but, yeah, no, we made it out. Elizabeth, it definitely was creepy. Yeah. Funny, though, kind of, too. Hello, hello! Happy Thursday. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Missed you guys. It feels like forever since I've been online, but, yeah, I'm glad to be back, and, anything to sort of distract from the sport puck that's currently happening, because the first period was okay. Second period is like, meh. Database! Oh, shout out to my favorite funk bot and Cindy Cyborg. Yeah, lemon curd bars. I did not know this. I found this out the other day. June is lemon month. I had no idea. I don't know how I didn't have an idea about this, but now that I know, it is going to be all lemon all the time. Didn't get a picture of the creepy doll head, Elizabeth? Jen can hook you up with that, or I can as well. So we're all good with the creepy doll head pigs stuck to the front of large trucks. But yeah, so found out it was lemon month, and since the reason I was gone for a while is I went back to Ontario. Aw, thank you for the sub, Database. I appreciate that. That's very, very unnecessary, but very appreciated. Yeah, so I was in Ontario for a few days. My grandma passed back in January, and it was finally a time where we could schedule to do her celebration of life. So my entire family, minus my dad, who stayed behind with the dog, went down east to about an hour north of Ottawa to do that. And yeah, so I figured family favorite. Grandma was famous for her lemon bars. She loved lemon, so I figured this is lemon month, and since I'm still in a celebrating my grandma kind of mood, lemons are the new pineapples. Well, they are for me. They are for me for sure, as the desiccated pineapple that I bought before I left is still sitting on my table. Oops. So yeah, but the lemons are fresh. Music is a bit loud. I can turn that down. Is that better? Thanks, Database. Oh, okay, perfect. We're good? We're good. Although it is synthwave, so really can't go wrong. It's a little loud. I'm usually a little louder. But yeah, so I figured I would do lemon curd bars because who doesn't love lemon and lemon curd? And it's something that, you know, with the bright sunshiny weather that we're having, it'd be perfect. Aw, I'm glad to hear that, Elizabeth. Yeah, Grandma was famous for all of her squares. Like, the woman could bake any kind of square that you can think of, and they were all super delicious. So yeah, I just figured that this was the perfect way to say, love you, Grandma. And yeah, no. Yes, and we are once again with the never sour, always sweet, which is very appropriate for her. Not so much for me, but that's another story. So yeah, I guess we can get right into it. I hope that the sport puck is going better, but I don't have a lot of confidence in that. But I'm pretty sure that these lemon bars are going to turn out perfectly. So if you guys are ready, so am I. And the best part is I don't have a time limit. Yes! Because that might actually mean that they get done in a reasonable amount of time. No promises though. Let's get doing. Oh yes, please. If you can host the channel, that would be awesome. And let's get started. So for these, what they are is they're a shortbread base and then a lemon curd that you bake on top. So we're going to do the shortbread base first. Oh, I did good a lot. Hey, good to see you. Welcome in. Thanks for following and thanks for dropping by. And yeah, are you going to be going to tomorrow's database gig? And if you are in the LA area, you definitely need to check that out at the Silver Lake Lounge, 11 p.m. And well, I'm glad you're here. We're just about to start. We're going to start on the shortbread base first. So we need, it's pretty simple. We need to get the butter and sugar going. And I'm using caster sugar because, oh, that's right. You're in San Diego, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, thanks, Underground. Yeah, no, I'm using caster sugar, which is also called berry sugar. It's super fine, so it'll just dissolve a little better. And I'm going to weigh that out. I need 70 grams of that. Oh, I just filled this container, and that's probably a little too full. Put the 70 grams in here. Yeah. So are you guys all excited for tomorrow, database? Or as Prime Diner likes to call you, database. The other thing I love about this recipe is... Kat, good to see you! Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. I hope everybody's not melting in this because it all of a sudden got really beautifully warm out there. And to that, we are going to add 170 grams of unsalted butter. Now, this is going to kind of be hilarious because I literally have so many odds and ends of butter from various projects that I've had like little bits and pieces left. I dad good a lot, that's funny. Yes. Nice. And they're letting you go in early to set up again? So yeah, I've got all of this random butter. So I'm gonna try and use up some of it to make some space in the fridge. So I need 170 grams. Zero my scale here. And I have the butter gloves out and they're sitting on the microwave. So I guess that is yet another opportunity to use them and forgotten. Try this again. Should be very interesting. Oh yeah, no, that's nice. Get a bit of a sound check, and at least you've been there before and you know what you're getting into, which is kind of nice. And more dishes, yeah. And more gloves. These can be thrown away, which is good. So, 170. And this is just room temperature butter. So it'll make it easier to mix in with the sugar. And I'm actually waiting on another animated emote to be approved. And I'm hoping that it gets done because it's the best of both worlds. Like butter and ridiculousness. 7. But Twitch is taking its sweet time in getting it approved, so shocking, I know. 162. That'll do. 172. A little bit more butter is never a bad thing. Just gonna grab all the other odds and ends over here, get that out of the way. We're just gonna put this on the mixer. We're just gonna let that combine for a couple minutes just to get it, the sugar pretty much dissolved in there. We're gonna break out the good old KitchenAid because once again, this is a 2-mixer night. Oh, happy early birthday to you. Yes, all the butter, all the butter. Do you have anything exciting planned? Big parties going out. Okay, so we're gonna get this here. And I've already started preheating my oven. It needs to be at 170. This is a British recipe because this is a very, like, traditionally British recipe. So all of it's in Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So it's supposed to be at 170 Celsius, which is like 338 degrees Fahrenheit. So with my very aggressive oven, we're gonna go for maybe 335. And yeah. I would sing, but I'd like everybody to stay, so we'll just go, happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you! Alrighty. And this butter is super soft. It's like 8,000 degrees in here. I'm not quite sure why I decided baking something would be good. I'm thinking ice cream is going to be on one of the next streams, because maybe turning on the oven when it's 23 degrees out and 8,000 degrees inside, not my finest moments. Alright. So, let that go. And while I'm doing that, I'm actually going to grab my pan. Okay! See you in a bit! And I've got an 8x8 here. Yeah, less power to heat the oven. Yes. It's the real meaning of sweat equity. Oh, the mixers! The mixers are out. I love that one. Alright, so that is pretty perfect. And while we do that, I've got an 8x8 pan, a square pan that I'm going to be using. And this one actually has a removable bottom, which is awesome because squares sometimes get a little sticky around the sides, so this will just help. I'm still gonna function. Oh, good to see you. I took out the celery because I wanted to have the emergency lemons emote for today since it was a lemon thing, but I promise the celery will be back next time. No. What? Oh, the mixer, I'm kind of moving stuff around trying to figure out what fits where best, and I think the only place I had to put the mixer was in tier 2. So I'll figure it out. I promise. We'll get everything going because there's so many good ones. There's, you know, Tat's favorite, the no cilantro, and the more dishes, and yeah. So I'm working on it. I'll figure it out. And okay, so I'm going to spray my pan before I put some parchment in it. That'll just help it come out a little easier, just in case we have sticky spots. Doesn't need a lot of spray, but just enough to help the parchment stick down. Aw, that is total, like I said, very, very sweet, and I will work on getting those back up and running in the right slots so that everybody can have it, because I love that mixer. It's amazing. Okay, and there we go. So I've just got my pan lined with the parchment. I'm actually just going to give it a quick spray to let this layer stick well too. And there we go. And then these will help work as a sling to get it out too. The only thing you need to make sure of when you're doing a no, I will never get rid of no cilantro, I promise. I promise, because that's probably my favorite too, because it sums me up in one emote. The one thing you need to be careful about when you have a removable bottom pan is that you bake it on something, because if there's any kind of leakage, it's going to end up all over your oven. And the only thing I dislike more than cilantro is having to clean my oven. So I'm going to make sure that I put this on a pan when I bake it. I also like using these anodized aluminum pans. They're amazing. They just conduct heat so much better, and they are really easy to clean, and they just, like, they're not non-stick, but that's okay. The one thing you do have to watch for is because they do conduct the heat a little better, they do tend to bake more quickly, so you might need to turn your temperature down or just leave it in for a little less time. Keep an eye on it. So I've got my pan ready. Now I'm going to add my flour to my butter mixture here. Oops. I always forget that I've got it backing onto the microwave. I'm just going to give it a quick scrape, because I want to get this all combined. You'll see that it's all nice and fluffy now. And that's exactly what you want. That means that the sugar is really incorporating nicely. And heater. And just give the bowl a scrape down. That's the one thing about stand mixers. You usually end up with that little pocket at the bottom that's so frustrating. It's so annoying. And you think you've got everything combined, and then nope. One last little bit that you missed, which is not a big deal in most things, but yeah. That is true underground, yeah. But I just like having my friends hanging around, so that is a-okay. I love that face funk shot. That's hilarious. Okay, so let us get 200 grams of flour. And this is just plain all-purpose, which is kind of nice. It's really hard sometimes to find British recipes that aren't using self-raising flour, because their self-raising flour is completely different from ours. And I've tried using Canada's version. I think it's Brody or something, and it's just, yeah, it's never worked properly. So I'm just going to add 200 grams of flour here, which is about 1.75 cups. But I like to weigh everything. It's just more accurate. Yes, I can't wait. I'm gonna keep poking at you, Funk Shop, and I will give you the celery when you start streaming, because I can't wait to see that. Almost there. 169. Ooh, good number. Perfect. 202. That's okay. I had a couple extra grams of butter too, so I'm not going to worry. And I'm just going to put this on, and we're going to let it mix up just till it's combined. And we're basically making shortbread here, so it's a pretty easy, quick process. I don't need this flour anymore. I'm just going to move it out of the way. I've got the munchies. Yeah. If there's one thing I do is I make people hungry. Sorry. you don't want to over mix because shortbread tends to get tough. So just want to get it all combined there. Now with my beater. Sorry, I know I'm a little out of picture here. Oh, that doesn't work any better. Like, need to move the mixer. That would probably be the easiest way to do it. But yeah, so there's the bowl. Yeah, we are all about food. Well, by this time, you'll be ready for dessert. Okay. Oh. Got this beater. Don't want to leave too much behind. I hate wasting food. All right. Slide that out of the way. Just going to quick scrape, fold, and then we are going to press this into the bottom of the pan. Get that in the oven. And move on to the best. Alright, so that's good and crumbly. As you can see, it's got just like it'll stick together, but it's not like super combined. Let's Oh, Zoom bread baking, that'd be awesome. That's far more fun than any of the stuff I've done on Zoom, which consists of meetings, and meetings. Including the 8 o'clock one I have tomorrow. Not quite sure who wants to be on Zoom at 8 o'clock in the morning, but I don't think anybody does, but for some reason they've decided that after 2 years of working at home, we need to see each other's faces when we have these meetings. Yes, Discord would be fun. It would also be fun to do like a dinner and a movie kind of stream on Discord, you know, watch a movie. I'm very excited. I just downloaded The Secrets of Dumbledore. That's going to be my weekend. And Obi-Wan. I need to get it. I think there's only 3. I hope there's only 3. I've only got 3. But I need to get into my Obi-Wan. My brother's going to hound me about it until I do. Oops. Flinging stuff all over the place here. Okay. So, I'm just going to grab a glove. I'm going to press this down nice and firm and even. Like, you don't want it too thick in one part because you want it to bake evenly. I'm just doing it with my hand to start, just to sort of get it to combine together, and then I'm actually going to grab a glass to help really even it out and fill it out properly. Elizabeth, not yet. Yeah, I think that'd be super fun to have. We just moved into our new offices, and I just finished unpacking the boxes yesterday, but we still don't have phones. And the person that my boss is hiring to be her second in command can't start for another 30. She has to give 30 days notice. Victoria's Secret's a Dumbledore. Ah, yes, that could be fun. Although, you know, they've made Dumbledore a racier character than I would have ever expected. So, I'm not gonna lie. There's definitely some adult content coming there. I'm just gonna grab a glass. I'm just gonna use this to really finish. Yeah, glass. That was handy. Let's try a spoon, shall we? Yeah, that's much better. Just get into the corners. Gotta get all the goodness. Just yes. Yeah. One doesn't work. Good thing I've got lots of everything. I do. And then we're back to the glove. I'm like, yeah, this is not going as well as I had hoped. Shit, nice here. I'm pretty happy with that. It's one corner. A little bit. Forget. Okay. and nobody's gonna see it anyway. So if there's a few finger imprints, this part's gonna be covered with lemony goodness. So I am okay with that. You just want to make sure it's nice and thin. And I think I am happy with that. To pop this on a tray, and I'm going to pop it in the oven. We're going to start at 15 minutes because, like I said, these pans can cook a little more quickly than others. So, put it over to the stove. And she looks really pretty, nice and even. And I'm going to over a little warm. I'm just going to turn it down a bit. It's one of the days that I need an oven that's actually accurate. So 15 minutes, good to go. And we can move this guy out of the way. He's ready to turn him on to this guy out of the way. Because now it is time for some lemon curd. Now, I laughed with this recipe because it asked for 4 medium. Yeah, no kidding. I wish. That's like my number one thing is I wish I could like set up some sort of delivery service that everybody could get some. Declutter. That comes from my favorite toy. The induction burner. Woohoo! This would not be a fun. That's Elizabeth. Yeah. Well, luckily, Cat and Tat are close enough by that I was able to connect with them after the Opera Cake Day, which was awesome. Getting to meet you guys in person. Do this now. It says 4 medium lemons. So, this is my idea of medium lemons. They might be a little aggressive, but yeah. I like having taste testers, Elizabeth. Taste testers, not guinea pigs. Guinea pigs makes it sound like I'm testing things that are terrible or might kill you. I'm pretty sure most of the. Aw, I'm glad to hear that. Aw, thanks, guys. I was pretty impressed. I was actually like super happy with how it looked and even happier with how it tasted. Although now I have a jar of that glucose syrup sitting in my fridge that needs to find its way into something else. I need 120 grams of butter. So let's get that. Me too. Underground, me too. All right, 1 butter remnant done. I am bound and determined to get rid of these today. Aw, thanks, Elizabeth. I just thought they looked cute and they actually got finished, and yeah, I'm starting to get better at the whole plating aspect of things. Okay, that's good. I need to get 120. I think this might actually do most of it. This would be amazing. Oh, too much. Too much. Almost. Almost. Great. Getting it back out of the pan. Okay. And to that, so we're going to need 200 grams of sugar. And again, I'm using the caster sugar just because it's quick to dissolve. And that's always a good thing. sugar. And I'm dangerously close to dumping this all over. Oh, styrofoam cake mailers. Well, you know what? They can send lobsters from down east. Surely to God. Baked goods would be easier. Like, I have seen seafood go the next day, so we could make it happen. We will make it happen. I'm excited at the top. Small star. Yeah, exactly. Like I've seen, like, don't people like grab lobsters in the airport in Halifax or something like that? Wasn't it you that told me that? Nice. And that is why you are the best mullet on the planet. Thank you, Underground. That's fantastic. All of the lemon things, all of the time. All over the world. Even better. Alright. Now I need zest and juice of 4 lemons. These directly into my bowl. So I made the scale first. Yeah. So, sugar all over me. Ooh. Oh, these are nice. Oh, the smell. This is why I love lemons. They just make everything smell like happiness. Like, you can't be angry when you're smelling lemon. Although I did see this hilarious TikTok the other day. Someone posted it on Instagram. Maybe it was a reel. But it was a guy who was very finely slicing lemon. And he had his dog behind him. The dog asked for a... New Line has it nice. The dog patted him on the shoulder like he wanted one, so the guy fed him a slice of lemon. And the look on that dog's face, that was not a happy buster. But it was amusing to watch. Well, I'm very excited about the thought of being able to ship it out now. That's exciting. I love this beer. Just getting like good citrus. Like, we're getting to the end of lemon. All citrus. I still love that we're still getting the US citrus. Actually, fresher. The reason I chose these lemons, like, I know they're not really medium lemons, because they're bigger and I want more zest. Because if you're gonna put zest in things, always put extra zest here. I know. Well, that's okay. I get excited about kitchen utensils and other things, so there's that. What was it? My brother and I were laughing the other day that, you know, the music in the grocery store is now my jam. So I feel that very, very much. And then we're going to get to the good part, which is squeezing of the lemons. And when you have multiple lemons, lots of high quantity, there is nothing I'm going to do by hand. I'm going to use my juicer. Again, the best $20 I've ever. Well, okay, I say that about pretty much every tool that makes my life easier. New store. Oh! Is that. But we have Evolution. I'm assuming it's. Functional. I know. That's pretty much it. Like, when I'm rocking out down in the canned goods to songs that I loved when I was a teenager, I'm like, I've officially hit the my songs are music stage of life. Okay. Those are nice and dusted. Let's put it away. Gonna grab my juicer. in Oliver. That's actually really appropriate. Olives and Oliver. That's kind of cool. I'm excited to see that. And since it's just opening, it won't be the, oh, we should go there and it closes the next day kind of thing. That's, Elizabeth and I have this amazing ability. We'll see something and be like, oh, we should go there. Cool store, cool restaurant. And then by the time we actually get around to going or saying, oh yeah, we're going to go there too, it closes. So. Oh, you'll be seeing it. You'll be seeing it. I think I need to start a thing on the Discord where everybody puts their birthdays. It's funny because my sister, her birthday's coming up. She was like, I've had this picture saved on my phone since January. And I'm like, oh really? I'm like, it's a Harry Potter butterbeer cake, butterbeer flavored cake. And it's funny because I think she and I must have seen the recipe for it basically at the same time, because I was literally thinking, oh, I'm going to make that for her for her birthday, and she asked me for it. So I'm like, oh, perfect. You want it. So, yeah. Birthday. What day is the 17th? Of June. I can't believe it's June already. June is my most and least favorite month. Most favorite month is summer starts. My least favorite month because once we get to the equinox, the days start getting shorter again. And yes, I know it's a gradual process, but it's like, oh, the days are getting shorter. Hopefully, we'll have a summer that makes it worth it at least. June 17th is Friday. Oh, thanks, Tat. And I might make her birthday cake on the stream on a Thursday. It's a craveable. I think we're going to go back to the original plan, and that got sort of hijacked by me not being around for a week, of doing a different theme one night a month. And yeah, actually, what am I doing? Drain this off to make sure there's no pulp in it, although this thing is pretty good. It has a selector so you can actually choose how much you want in your juice. I, of course, left it wide open. There's going to be more than normal. I always forget to check it. Like, oh, pulp in here. Oh, I forgot to close it. We're just gonna quickly run it through a sieve here. So, 4 medium lemons made about a cup of juice. That's not too bad. The one thing I wish she had actually given a measurement for, just a vague idea of what it I'm using a super fine mesh because I really help. I know you probably won't notice much of it in the finished product, but I'm not a fan. Yeah, actually, although I also find out which wants for her birthday. Felt like a pretty good idea that it's going to fit really nicely with the theme of the month. Elizabeth's favorite is lemon also, so I'm feeling it would be something lemony and delightful. What did I make last year? Oh, I made lemon meringue cheese. Or was it lemon blueberry birthday cake? I know it was lemon. It's always lemon. That's the one for sure thing. So now it's managed to get lemon juice out of it. That's and we are going to do the double boiler method, which is you bring your pot to a simmer. Lemon meringue cheesecake. Yes, database. I did. It is baked cheesecake base, a lemon cheesecake, and then a layer of lemon curd, very similar to the lemon curd that we're putting on these bars. And then an Italian meringue on the top. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. One of my crowning achievements. It's on my Instagram actually. If you go back through the last year-ish, around this time, it should be on there. I'm just gonna check the bars here. To grab some oven mitts because I really don't to looking pretty close. I'm gonna give it another couple minutes. Still a little pale. You don't want it brown. You want it just pale golden. I'm just gonna give it another couple minutes here. And back to I'm a wizard, Harry. Yeah, it's pretty epic. I'm not gonna lie, it's one of my favorites. Plus anything that has meringue on it that I get to torch, in. So in. A little longer than I care for. Oil. Okay, that one. That goes in the bowl with the butter, sugar, and zest. And once this comes to a simmer, I'm going to pop this on top and mix it all together. And while I'm doing that, I need 3 eggs and an egg yolk. So get those cracking. That was an aggressive slam on the counter there. Slightly more gentle. This one. Here, I just need the yolk. All the custardy goodness. The egg yolks. That's also going to help it set up when it bakes, which is nice. So, my hands are rinsed there. Pretty good simmer here. I love this apron, but it's not very good for keeping the mic steady. And we're going to pour that over. We're just going to let that heat up. I'm going to whisk up the eggs because once the butter has melted in that, I'm actually going to drizzle these in very slowly just to make sure we don't scramble them. Oh no, really? Well, that second period was ridiculous. But whisk, whisk, whisk. Yep. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Getting into some whiskey business. Oh, yes. Full of the puns tonight. Just gonna grab. I'll grab this guy here. Give it a stir. Oh, and that's my timer. So let's head back over and see how these guys are going. Yeah, I am the pun queen today. No, I'm not. I'm actually just kind of proud of myself that I managed to come up with it. And it's funny because I keep thinking, oh, I should get that as an emote, but I never remember. Okay. So this is taking a little longer than I would like, so I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes. It's still a little blonde. So my oven is still a little aggressively warm. A little touch there. I'm going to go for another 3 minutes just to make sure. Oh, and I can turn this down a bit because it's starting to spatter. So, Warriors up by 13. Is this the finals, Funk? Oh no! What happened, Tat? You're making it. I always have really good ideas for emotes, but like anything I have really good ideas for, they're in one and out the other in no time. So, yeah, butter is melting nicely. Nice! Whereabouts in the Bay Area? I have family in Union City. And I also have family in Sacramento, ton of family in LA, and family in San Diego. So, yeah. Oh no! Oh, what did you make? Now I'm curious as to what project gave you the more dishes. Maybe over just a minute. Let's see what we're doing. San Jose. Ah. Oh wow! Figure skated. That's really cool. Huge figure skating nut. Loved it as a kid. Right, database? That was like the greatest family vacations. The 6 of us. I have a younger brother and 2 younger sisters. Oh my god. That sounds amazing. And that is one lucky coworker. Okay. So that is good. Our butter is melted. And I'm going to slowly pour this. And like I said, you want to do it slowly. I'm still going to sieve it afterwards because you always end up with a little bit of scramble at the bottom. It doesn't matter how well you temper things. But at least doing it not on direct heat will help. So, I'm going to do a little bit at a time. I'm thinking I would have put it in a measuring cup. Oh, wow. That's amazing. To play basketball, Funk? Hockey. Oh, yes, and you do have those sharks there. Great. Yes, timer, I can hear you going. I get it. I get it. I can't half-ass the eggs to go check on the base. So I guess we're doing. That is amazing. Wow. On an unrelated note, I'm a much better snowboarder backwards than I am forwards. But I was never a sport kid. I was a let's go for coffee kind of person. Yes, absolutely. Because I know you have hockey cards. Every kid has their hockey cards. That's okay. I remember them coming into the league, Funk, so I'm with you right there. You can already start to feel it thickening, which is great. You got some stuff. I'll bring it on. We want to see it all. Not this kid. Oh, no. I'm talking about, well, yeah. I'm talking about when you play a sport and you have your team photos done and then you have your individual photos done and they make like baseball cards or hockey cards or whatever it is for it. definitely want, yeah, no sport for me. No sport for me either. I was not a sport kid. I don't mind, I didn't even really watch them, to be honest. It was only as an adult that I really started to enjoy them more. Okay, I'm gonna let this simmer for about 5 minutes just till it gets nice and thick and coats the back of the spoon, and that'll give me time to check the oven here real quickly. Yeah. Ah, yes, much better. That's perfect. It's just golden around the edges, and it has puffed up a bit, so I'm going to continue whisking this for a minute. I don't want it to get all lumpy on me. And then I'm going to, once it's had a second to settle there for a sec, just to deflate a bit, I'm just going to gently press it down so that we've got a nice even surface. Because you want those bars to have a good... Oh, nice! Action shots. I always wanted to be a theater kid. I was a band kid, actually. I did play clarinet, so... Not that I didn't do anything, I was just not a sport, but I was also not built for sports. Like, I'm not particularly coordinated. I'm one of those people that gets like super nervous that they're gonna really embarrass themselves, which hampers your performance. Like when I was in university, for my degree, I have a Z degree, and one of the things that you need to do is you need to have intro level and an upper level of an individual sport and a team sport. And like, great, I'll do, oh, that's awesome. Oh, I want to see that so bad. Yeah, I took badminton as my individual sport, which is great because badminton's fine, and I had a really cool instructor. His name was Cindy, and but I was terrified of having to take a team sport. So turns out that one of my coaching courses actually counted as the 100 level, which is the first year level. And then, get this, yoga for relaxation counted as a 300 level or a senior level team sport. It was like, I seriously lucked out with that because we also had to take gymnastics, swimming, and dance. And I love dance, and I'm a fairly decent dancer, but so that was not a big deal. Swimming, I have never swum a day in my life, because when we were kids, they never gave us swimming lessons. They took us for skiing, and for my siblings, they all took swimming lessons, so they all know how to swim. Me, no. And I don't live where there's water, so it's really not a necessity. But yeah, and then imagine like 20-year-olds, and a lot of the phys ed people were football players and other sport people, trying to do gymnastics. And we're not talking like just tuck and roll on the floor mat. No, we're talking like balance beam, uneven bars, like the whole 9 yards. And luckily there was a written component to that one, because all you needed to do was just pass. Alright, so this is getting pretty thick. I'm just going to grab the spoon, because this is the easiest way to test if it's ready. Is you should be able to draw a line through it on your spoon and not have it fill in, and that is good. So I'm going to take that off the heat. Slide that out of the way there for a second. That's getting nice and thick. I'm just going to move my pot out of the way because I'm going to need this again in a little bit. Yeah. Now that is looking lovely. Nice and thick. And we are going to bake it, so it will also set nicely, so it doesn't need to be like super, super thick. And get that. I'm going to go check on my shortbread here, and it has settled down a bit. I'm just going to take a, let's see, I am going to, I need something to, I don't really want to touch it with my hands because that's kind of ridiculous because it's super hot, but yeah, spoon time again. We're going to do the spoon. Just going to give it a little bit of a nudge just to sort of flatten it back down because it is a little puffy. You'll see here that it's going to deflate just a smidge. And perfect. So I'm just going to let that set. I'm going to turn my oven down to, for normal people ovens, it would be about 320. For my oven, we're going to aim for that, but it's not an exact science. Just a little bit. Press in there. Oh, that's a great tip. Thank you. I will definitely try that next time. It's funny because it happens to be this particular apron that's the problem. Just because of the way it is kind of loose. I have another apron that is not on theme for today, but it's a little higher and it's a lot stiffer because it's denim. So yeah, no, that's a great tip. Thank you. All right, I am going to take this and suction. Love that. Give it a little bit of whisk again. Ooh, that's warm. That is definitely warm. Hot out of the way. And oven mitt. That was a lot warmer than I don't know why I didn't think it was going to be that warm. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. And I'm going to strain really quick. And yeah, you can see like there's eggy strings in there, so you definitely want to give it a bit of a sieve to make sure none of that ends up in your beautiful curd, because it will not make it look pretty. Emote is in the whiskey. Nice. That is the awesome part about having a mod that is like the emote maker extraordinaire. Like if you need an emote, that is your guy. He is awesome at all of the emotes. I just ask for something and it magically appears. It's incredible. Thanks, Underground. You're the best. All right. Let's get out of the way. I'm actually going to take the whisk out because that's not really going to be helpful. Look at all that golden goodness. Yep. He is a wizard. He is definitely a wizard. Which is good because there's things like that I just don't understand. You guys sort of get the concept. It's kind of like Photoshop. Like, I understand the concepts, but it doesn't matter how often I try it. It's the mirror. I need to get you a pointy hat. Really get you a pointy hat, although some people might think that would be a little more Santa Claus, but it'll work. It'll work. As long as it's not red. White trim. Okay, yeah, so we have a lot of scramble here, which is totally fine. It's not going to affect the final product. But you definitely wouldn't want that in with your actual custard itself. They're up! Oh, I can't wait to see them. That's so cool. So were you just a singles figure skater, Funk Shop? Oh, I love this. Like, look at this. Everybody coming together for help. That's awesome. Banzai Merlin, making lemon bars and bringing people together. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. That's even scarier. All of the lifts and the jumps and the lifts and the death drops. Are those even still legal? Do they still do those? I haven't actually watched pair skating in a while. I kind of got disillusioned with it with all the judging controversies. I'm sure most people are familiar with. Triples, yeah. Oh, wow. That's so impressive. So impressive. Okay. You just make sure you scrape the bottom of your sieve so you don't lose any of that delicious lemon. And now we are going to take this over. Woo. Here, we are going to give a bit of a stir. We want to do this quickly because you don't want a skin to form on the top. But you can quickly stir that out of the way. And you'll see it's all nice and smooth. And we're just going to pour that directly on top. And I'm going to bake for about 15-20 minutes, just until it's set. You want it to kind of be set around the edges, but still wiggly in the middle. And like not like super wiggly, kind of jello, like really set jello wiggle. Okay, out of the way. Bit of a bend there, because I don't want it affecting. Ooh, the pan is hot. The pan is hot. The pan is hot. Maybe not with your fingers. My Discord link is scuffed. Oh no. What happened? Polyfixer status code. Ah. Yeah, that's unfortunately how it goes. Alright, so that is ready to go back in. Aloha! Good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. Shout out to Aloha. If you're not following them, please do. Rad dude. Rad DJ. Super sharp dresser. That's weird. Well, you know what? Underground, at least we got the stove cam button working. That was the bigger thing. I was more concerned about that. Alrighty, so we have done that. That is in. Did I start the timer? No. So close. So close. I didn't even set it. Usually I just hit the button and it didn't actually register, but no, this time I didn't even set it. Good job. Good job. All right, so we got that for about 15. I'm going to double check on that in a bit. I'm going to move some stuff out of the way here because the only thing better than lemon bars are lemon bars that are decorated with meringue. And not just any meringue, although I could do a French meringue, I suppose, if I really wanted to. But there's just something better about a Swiss or an Italian meringue. They're so much nicer. Meringue is going to be sweet, obviously, but Swiss and Italian are a little less so. And also the sugar, because you're heating it, you're either doing the sugar syrup for an Italian or you're heating the eggs and sugar together until the sugar's dissolved. In the Swiss, you don't get that grainy texture. So I'm going to do a Swiss meringue tonight because I love it. And what's on the menu? Lemon bars with a meringue topping is what we've got going on right now. So fingers crossed. We're going to move this stuff out of the way. I was hoping, you know what? I'm pretty impressed. I'm down to this much butter left over in my odds and ends of butter, so that's a good thing. We managed to get rid of most of it, so I'm happy about that. Slide these out of the way. Actually, that's not even worth saving. So now we're just down to this one. The other one I'm just giving up on. Not that, because it's melting away in the heat here. And the other thing about Italian and Swiss meringues that I love the most is that you get to torch them. Yeah, you can, exactly. Torch, 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 torch. Bring on the torch. So, for the Swiss meringue, you need egg whites. And handily enough, I have a boatload left over from the French buttercream I made for the opera cakes. So, never get rid of your egg whites. Just make sure when you're putting them in your fridge, you label it. I have a roll of masking tape that I use to write the dates and what's in there, because at one point I was making various buttercreams and curds and stuff, and I had probably had 40 egg whites in the fridge, but I didn't label. And most recipes won't give you a weight quantity or a volume, so I'm like, oh, let's just, I searched for recipes that gave me volumes as opposed to numbers. Oh, that's awesome, Funk Shop. I can't wait to see them. And hey, like I said, I was a big, I'm from the era of the Battle of the Bryans, if that gives you an indication of, you know, where I'm coming from with the love of skating and who I was watching, so. Nice. That's awesome. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Alright, so I have 8 egg whites here. I'm actually going to make a double batch because I think I'm going to decorate my squares and then I'm probably going to bake off the rest or, you know, just put it in a bowl and give it to Elizabeth and she'll enjoy it with a spoon. I know it's her favorite. So I'm going to grab the bowl of my stand mixer because we're going to do the exact same thing that we did with lemon curd. We're going to do the double boiler thing. One thing you have to be really, really careful about with making meringues, that your bowl has to be, as like I said in a while back, I read this article once and they said scrupulously clean, and that has stuck with me since that day. If you have even the teeniest bit of fat, your eggs aren't going to do what they need to do. The fat will keep them from whipping up and getting all glossy and beautiful. So I'm just going to wash my hands because they're covered in butter. And then I'm going to, there's 2 different ways you can actually make sure that your bowl is clean. You can, wait, baking. I loved it. It's called like LA Sunset or something. It was on YouTube and I'm just like, oh, this is awesome. So we're going with that. So yeah, there's 2 ways you can make sure your bowl is super clean. You can either grab some white vinegar and just put it on a paper towel and wipe it off. Or you can do what I do, because I usually have lemon juice left over from various projects in the fridge. And not that the vinegar actually makes any kind of... Okay. No, that wasn't as worrisome the last time I took that lid off. It went flying. You can also use lemon juice for the same thing. Anything acidic. I know that the vinegar doesn't leave a flavor, but leave it to me the one time it will. So I'm going to just wipe out my bowl and my beater, the whole thing with lemon juice, just to make sure that any little hang on fat globules from whatever I did last time, because I did the French buttercream in here last time and that was all egg yolk, so that's just fat on fat on fat. And also do your beater, so give that a quick rub down, and that way you'll be certain that there is no fat in your bowl or on your beater that could possibly potentially ruin your meringue, because there's nothing more annoying than sitting there and watching, and it's happened more than once, where you're sitting there watching your egg whites do absolutely nothing. Like, really? Alright. And this one has a little bit that you just need to flip over. Alright, we good. So I'm going to dump my egg whites in there. And there's 8 of them in here. And on there, and to that, I need 800 grams of sugar, I had to think, because, yeah, 2 cups. A cup is 200 grams, and I need 4 cups of sugar. Yeah, this is the mental health aspect of the food today, not the health aspect. So, we are going to do 800 grams of sugar. I think I have managed to empty this enough that I could probably just do it like this. And then all I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to put it over a water bath like I did for the lemon curd and just let it heat up. And oh, that's a lot of sugar. All right. Oh shit, no. Yeah, there we go. Losing my grip. Almost there. Mental health food, yes. Yeah, this is not is not for the faint of heart, nor for anyone who doesn't like sweet things. Oh, I'm breathing in sugar dust. Okay, almost there. Probably should have done this before, so if I go over, I won't, would have been easier to pull it out, hopefully. Not all getting in there dissolved. More sugar, yes. More sugar. I kind of need something like Funkbot's Ah, where it's like, I have different words, like more, and then various emotes, sugar, salt, butter, that you can add at will. So I'm good there. Slide that out of the way. And we're going to bring this back up to a simmer. I'm actually just going to put a little more water in it. Okay. Chill out. What I love about this thing is if it doesn't have anything on it, it'll stop working. Yeah, I need that only with like a more kind of thing. And let's grab a whisk. Now, is that going to be an awkward? Yeah, I'm going to grab a bigger whisk. And this does not count as more dishes because I did not use it. So, not more dishes. I'm just going to get this going here. Whisk it all together. And you'll see that it's just like a gloopy kind of pasty thing here. And that's the beauty of it, is you'll know it's pretty close to being perfect when it starts to get really thin, and you'll be able to grab it between your fingers and you won't be able to feel any granules. There's that. Slide my lemon juice out of the way before I spill it. Okay, this is coming up. God, I love this thing. I love this thing. Yeah, sugar and egg whites. Delicious. Perfect. And the only thing is you need to do this with actual like cracked egg whites. There is a way of doing ones with the pasteurized egg whites, but you don't need to cook that because they've already been pasteurized. So if you wanted to use a carton of like the Burnbrae Farms or whatever, you could easily substitute that, and you just don't need to do this over the water part for a Swiss meringue. It's a type of a Swiss meringue. It's not completely, but it works in a pinch. I actually use it for buttercream all the time. It's called Easy Buttercream, and I'll link that on my Discord because it's actually really cool, and it's a little more appealing than Lala. Easy, so good to see you. Thank you for dropping by. That's actually what I'm using tonight. Lala is all of the sugar is castor sugar, because I just find with the finer granules it just incorporates better, and yeah, so I definitely am a big fan of that. Now, unfortunately, this is going to be tough to see. I can slide this back. No, that's not going to help. Alright. So, Underground, do I dare ask how the sport puck has gone? Is it over? I'm assuming it's over. Yeah. Oh, we're spitting water here, so getting a little aggressive. 4-0 final. Oh, well. You know, I said I didn't want another 14 or 15 goal game, so yeah. I know, and now we're starting to have a little bit of seepage because we've got a little too... Because my other pot that goes on this is actually too big. Like, the pot needs to rest in it as opposed to sit in it. So, yeah, we're making a bit of a mess with the spatter, but that's okay. It's just water, so not the end of the world. Not my favorite, but it's not the end of the world. And Oh no, really? No, I don't do that either. So, but this is starting to come together pretty well. Doesn't take long, it's only 4 or 5 minutes. You just want to get it to that point. It's about 116 degrees, all told. You can use a thermometer. I just prefer using my fingers. It's easier and quicker. Although, please, if you do it that way, please be careful because it is hot sugar. Have to give the warning, kids, don't try this at home. You're not supervised. And I don't have Teflon fingers. Alright, so we're getting pretty close here. You want to keep whisking it because you don't want it to, like, it's not going to curdle you. It's pretty much impossible to screw this up. But if you get it too hot, it could denature the eggs, the protein in the eggs, and then you will have egg and sugar soup in your mixing bowl, which is not a fun place to be. Try this at home. Okay, yeah, definitely. Try this at home. Yeah, make sure you have a sharp knife in your hand as you run too. That's also a pro tip. I hope you're supervising with a video camera in your hand. That would be awesome. All right. So I'm just gonna check. No, it's still grainy. I'll give it a couple minutes longer. Now I'm all sticky and got about 13 seconds left on that timer, so it's actually going to be pretty much perfect timing. Which is good because I don't think there's going to be much water left in my pot in a few minutes. Okay, I'm just going to turn that timer off. And yes! I love it when a plan comes together. Alright. Yeah, this would have been a little better in the smaller pot, but I don't think my KitchenAid would have been able to handle a double batch of this, so I'm just gonna do this and stand on my toes while I'm stirring it. Yes, absolutely, aloha, 100%. That's the whole point of making meringue. Yeah, as long as I'm the one controlling the fire, it's all good. If I'm causing fire, we've got a problem. Yes, fire in the booth, absolutely. Okay. So, but still, but then I'm too tall. It's that weird height that I'm either too tall or not tall enough. So I'll go with standing on my tiptoes. I'm just gonna grab these, give them a check here, and now it's starting to bubble, but it's still pretty wobbly. So I'm going to, like, you want it to bubble around the edges, but it's still really wobbly. So I'm gonna put that back in for another 5 minutes and see if we can get that going, which is perfect. That'll give me time to finish off the egg whites and get them started. If I can set my timer properly. There we go, 5 minutes. All right. And awesome. Now I think we are in business here. Yeah, it's definitely the best part. Most fun part, for sure. Okay, I think we're pretty close to liftoff here. A little bit longer. Yeah. Pretty sure if there's any water left in my pot at the end of this, it'll be a miracle. Oh, there's still a little bit. Yeah, and you'll know you're getting really close because the eggs end up taking on almost like, it looks almost like condensed milk kind of color and thickness. You just want to really give it a... I'm just going to grab my thermometer and see where we are. Getting there. Ooh, a latte would be so good right now. Okay. And I'm using my handy dandy infrared one here. Almost there. I think it's a very good thing that I have an apron on because I have that water spurting everywhere here. All right, matcha lattes. I will go for an oat milk and espresso. That's my go-to in the morning. Although I bought this espresso when I was in Ontario, and I'm dying to try it. Nice. That is the VIP room. You know what? I've just never been able to get into the matcha thing. I've tried. I may as well go back out into my parents' backyard and eat the grass. Actually, no, I shouldn't do that because they have a dog. But that's kind of what it feels like I'm doing when I'm drinking matcha. But it makes things so pretty. Like, I've seen so many cool recipes with it that, like, it makes such a pretty green color. Yeah. You know what I think is kind of polarizing? It's like kale. I like kale. I'm actually a big fan of kale. And people either love it or they hate it. Or they love it or they feed it to their bearded dragons. Yeah, that's true. That's true of pretty much anything. If you're not doing it right, you're probably not going to enjoy it. Yeah. Okay. And it's also like some people who don't like Brussels sprouts, which is something I truly don't understand. Although I guess if, you know, you're from the camp that comes from people who just boil them to death and then serve them on the plate, I can understand why you wouldn't want them. Perfect. All right. Yeah, we are dissolved. Sitting at 161. That is fantastic. I'm going to take this off the heat. That's it for a second. Right. Turn this off. Grab that out of the way a bit. Clean out this gigantic mess. There we go. This is easier to clean than the... Yeah, well, I do too, database. I love them. You know why? Because I roast them with bacon and onions, and you get them that really dark, gnarly brown char. Oh, so good. So good. And come on, bacon. Anything with bacon is better. So, just gonna move that out of the way. And need to dry off my bowl here. Stop that timer. Bacon and chestnuts. Never had chestnuts, although I recently discovered that they're not actually a nut, so I might actually be able to eat them. So that's kind of fun because all the other nuts will just kill me. So this is what you're going to end up with. So I'm going to use the other camera for this. Supposed to. And it's really smooth and thickened out. Nice. Got all that on the side. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop that onto the stand mixer. and break out the big guy for this one. Yeah, like, and that's the thing is, like, it had never occurred to me, oh, let's put bacon in them, and then I saw it on, like, Food Network, and I was like, that's brilliant, and now I can't eat them any other way. Although I do like them shaved thin raw in my salads. Won't lie, I do like them that way. Please don't try. Okay, I won't, Elizabeth. I'm like, yes, I want to live, so I will not try. That's nuts. But every once in a while I have this feeling like, oh man, I just want to try it just to see if I'm still allergic. Like, rather than, you know, be a normal person and go to an allergist and be tested for it again. Alright, so we are going to get this guy going. We're going to go on medium low for a couple minutes just to get them started. And I'm going to go grab that tray out of the oven. Let's see how we're doing here. It's been a little bit longer than 5, probably closer to 7 extra minutes. And that's quite alright because it's still a little loose. So I'm going to let that go back in for another few minutes. It's weird. The one time I want my oven to be its aggressive self and cook things way too quick, it won't. So, go figure. Yes. I love balsamic on pretty much anything. Although it was funny, we were down east and we were having dinner with my aunt and my uncle and cousin and his wife and their kids. And there was a salad on the menu and it was a halloumi salad. And, you know, I'm like, oh, that sounds delicious. I'm going to get that. So I did. And my aunt was like, oh, that sounds delicious. I'm going to get that. She had no idea what halloumi was. It came to the table. She was like, oh, what is this? I'm like, it's cheese. And so, yeah, I felt really bad because she didn't understand what it was. But it also was supposed to come with a raspberry vinaigrette. But instead, they had to sub it out. They didn't have it. So it was a balsamic vinaigrette. And it was the most sour balsamic vinaigrette I have ever tasted in my entire life. Like, my poor aunt was suffering. It was awful. Yeah. Funk shop. I love halloumi. Well, I love cheese. And, yeah, you add the ability to grill it without it falling apart on you. In. All right, and now I'm going to crank this up. And we are going to let this go until it gets all stiff and glossy. You can already see it starting to leave the trails in there, which is a good sign. It means that we didn't have too much fat in, or not too much, any fat in there to mess with our ability to get it to, yeah. This is soothing. This is like ASMR. I love that emote. That's hilarious, Fun Shop. And the other best part about not making it into buttercream is you don't have to wait for it to cool down after you've done this, because this takes forever to cool down. It holds the heat like nobody's business. Oh, that one's cool too. Right. Oh, and I actually have a rotating spatula now, but I wanted to put the emergency lemon back in. So I think I'm going to get rid of waving lemon and put one of the spatulas in, because that was pretty awesome. All right. Nice. Aw, I'm glad to hear that. You're both there watching. Just don't stare into the mixer. Yeah, that's coming along really nicely. And you're going to have sugar that didn't dissolve along the side of the bowl. Don't worry about it. It's not going to affect the final product too much. And while that's getting ready, I'm going to grab my piping bag. that I'm going to put it in. Actually, I'm going to do a few different ones. It is hypnotic. Yeah. Kind of like, I'll see you later. And so yeah, I'm going to grab piping bags because I'm going to put the meringue in piping bags. But because I don't want to do the same, necessarily the same thing on each square, I'm going to use a coupler on it. Again, so that's just this thing. You put one end in the inside of the bag, and then you can fit your piping tip over the top of it. And then you can screw this on top of it, and that way you can change the design that you're using halfway through without having to start a whole new bag. That's my fun thing. Ah, yes, that is looking lovely. Oops. Didn't think that through when I put the plastic tag on sharp things. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna let that go there for a little bit longer. Let's go check on these lemon bars. Right? You know all the tricks. Okay. You see that I'm starting to get a few bubbles around here, so I'm just gonna take a toothpick or my cake tester. It's gonna give it a bit of a pop there, just so that we have a nice even surface later. I don't mind little dents in, but I don't want bubbles up. So it's looking pretty close. Pretty close to perfect with that. Let's give it a bit of a jiggle here. Yeah, it's still a little too loose. That's okay, back in the oven it goes. Because nothing ever goes quite to plan. Alright. Getting pretty good here. Just gonna give this a turn it down here, see how we're going peaks wise. So we're about the soft peak stage. So it sort of flips over when you do it like that. I'm gonna give it another couple minutes and I think we'll be good to go. Oh, it's kind of hilarious because I'm like, oh, this will be perfect. I'll get the lemon bars in the freezer to cool and this will be ready and then I'll be able to pipe them. I did not think the meringue was going to be the easier, more cooperative of the things. Alrighty. And I'm just going to stand my bag up in this container to make it easier to fill. And I'm not going to cut the end off right off the bat because I want to be able to give it a bit of a fling around if I need to. I don't think this could be any less cooperative if it tried. Okay. And there we go. All right. Let's see here. Put her into high gear here for another minute and it should be ready to go. Loving that. Do this. Didn't set the timer. That was smart. One of these days I'm going to actually remember to start the timer. Alrighty. And I think that is pretty close to perfect. Oh no, reboots. Reboots, no. I'm gonna grab a spoon and see if I'm capable. Oh yeah. Check that out. That's not going anywhere. Hold it over my head. So, I am happy with that. It's still super warm. Come on, there we go. I'm gonna get that out. Let's hope Underground can reboot quickly and it's nothing too serious. And I'm going to try and unplug the mixer without knocking over the camera. There we go. Oh, look at that. That was a success. Just gonna move him out of the way because we need the space. And I've got meringue all over everything. Oops. Okay, let's get this guy over here. And now comes the fun part. Trying to get this into the bag. That is a lot of meringue. It's not going to all go in the bag, but a fair bit of it will. Going to... Did I do it? Should I try it? Do I trust my meringue enough? Do I? Do I trust it? Do I do it? Yes! That is perfect meringue. Oh man. I was actually a little nervous about that. I'm like, I know it's gone well. I just, you know, as soon as you come close to putting it over your head, there's always that sort of inkling in the back, like, yeah. Yes, the blizzard trick. That's right. That's right. Gotta get that, the theater in there. Just gonna try and clean out as much of this out of the theater as I can. But again, meringue is never completely cooperative. You're never going to get it all out. So it's one of those few things that, while I hate wasting food and leaving it behind, it's one of those things that's not worth the stress. So just clear this. Yeah. Now we're going this into the bag, hopefully. Not just all over the counter or myself. And if you wanted to, you could actually, when you're doing this, add gelatin to it, and that would give you marshmallow. Your own homemade marshmallow fluff, which is also delicious. Okay. Alright, I think that's about as far as I can go right now. Now the trick is to get the bag back up without getting meringue all over the outside of it. But this is definitely not a job for someone who... Aww. Well, now that Underground has sourced shipping and the ability to do that, I am pretty excited that that is a possibility, and there will be all the lemony things in your future. Ha ha ha! Bag of meringue! Alright. Yeah, whippy stuff. That's what I need to do, actually, is I need to post the recipes before the stream, and then people can join in. Bake along with me. If they so choose. But that would require, yes. It's funny, I like marshmallow. I don't love it, but I like it. But like the set ones that you would use for like hot chocolate or whatever, you want that spoon. I said I was making a double batch. I'm just going to bring you a bowl of it, and then you can eat it however you want. I'm going to check my bars here. Yeah. Unfortunately, it was either... we only were allowed to take one option if you were taking a full year option. So it was either you took band or you took industrial arts, you took home ec, and since I wanted to play an instrument, I didn't have a choice. I had to take my one option. And it's funny because where I work, we actually are the computer system that when you apply for post-secondary, we send your transcripts out to wherever to whatever post-secondary the province that you want to attend, your high school transcripts. And we get a list of all of the courses because you have to go in and add all of your courses to the application form, and we get a list of all of the options and stuff that are available. The amount of things that people can take now, like crazy. I can't believe so many options now. I'm like, yeah, we had band, we had home ec, drama, and then they did a couple more random ones when I hit grade 8. I think they gave leadership, and then we were supposed to take something else, but we liked leadership so much because the instructor basically let us do whatever we want. So that included bulldozing and making it a full year course so that we can continue doing what we wanted. It was awesome. Ooh, pottery. That's cool. It's funny, my dad just retired, and he had talked about pottery, and so I gave him a pottery course for Christmas, and he loved it. Made some really cute mugs, and I think he just made a vase. Oh, cool. Yeah, we didn't have much of the way of options, but definitely an excellent clarinet player. I played clarinet for 7 years, and that was because I enjoyed the recorder in elementary school because I got to play the really gigantic one. So it was almost as big as an oboe or a bassoon. But yeah. Alright, so we've got plenty more meringue here. Just gonna give it a bit of a stir. Because you notice that as meringue sits, it can start to, they call it weeping, it sort of gets a little watery, so you just want to give it a bit of a mix. Then it's all coming together nicely. And whoops. I am going to be a sticky mess by the time I'm done tonight. Okay. I am happy with the bars. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to take them, because I didn't want to put them directly into the freezer from super straight out of the oven, because that's just asking for everything in my freezer to defrost all at once. So I'm going to put it on a different tray and pop it into the freezer. I'm going to let that set up for a few minutes. Let's see how we're doing here. Yeah, that's still a little on the warm side. Like it's already... let's see if I can show it to you guys. Yes, Elizabeth. You also grew up on a military base. That also had a lot to do with it. Yeah, you can see it's got a jiggle. It's kind of like, but it's not like watery jiggle. Like it's not waving. It's just jiggling. So I'm gonna actually take that off the hot tray, put it on the cool tray, and let that sit for a few more minutes. And then I'm going to do another piping bag with smaller tips. So the same idea as the big one here, only I'm going to use just a smaller coupler and a smaller nozzle. And that way we have some options. We can make big pieces, we can make little pieces. Yeah, no frills, no kidding. Well, it's funny because I look at the stuff that my nieces and nephews are taking now, like some of the stuff, like the foods It's like you could practically go into the Neat program for, oh, no! Oh my goodness, I forgot to put the coupler in. I just showed it. Oh man. That was an epic. Well then. Okay, let's see if I can drop it in there without making too much of a disaster of it. Perfect Nugan! Oh my goodness, I can't believe I was just talking about it. And totally blanked. Totally blanked. I was too excited about the fact that my nieces and nephews get to take super cool options. Okay, I'm gonna try and drop this down in the middle. Oh, okay. Crisis averted. Managed to, just a little messy. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh. Man, I can't be trusted. Try this again. Put that in there. There's a channel point redeems. Yeah. Like bang your head on a wall when you do something stupid. Okay. Like literally just talking about it. Oh, okay. And this is why I also use the cup most of the time, because you don't really want to be leaning into, well, if you want marshmallow boob, I suppose you could definitely lean into your meringue, but it's not the ideal situation. I'm not going to put a whole bunch in this one because these are smaller tips. So, slide that out of the way. Put it good there. Give this a bit of a shake down. Convince it to go a little further down. I cut the end off. And that's this is why I don't do it before I cut the end off. Otherwise, that would have been all over the kitchen, and that would not have been an ideal situation. Cleaning up the sugary, marshmallowy floors. I'm already making enough dishes for myself. Okay. Slide. Who am I gonna go with? Please? I think I'm gonna go with this guy. Sort of a open star. Alright. So we have our bags au meringue that are ready to go here. Oh, major error in this one. Tat, like I said, that's why I don't cut the tip off until after I've done that, because I too may have done that and have therefore learned trial and error kind of thing. Okay. Now I've got a bunch of air in here, so that should be fun. Perfect. Okay. So, got that one. Got the big guy over here. I think this is actually ready to sit in the freezer. Yeah, we're good for that. And that tree got really, really warm. I'm gonna switch it out for a different one. Again, not more dishes. Not more dishes. Yeah, I'm trying in someone else's kitchen. Oh, that would make you super popular, I can imagine. Alright, and I'm just going to put a couple of heat pads down on top of that, just to give a little bit of extra protection there. Slide that right over. But not more dishes! Great. In one. Alright. So, but my parchment is bending inwards, and I don't really want that to happen. So, I know you're missing all the glamorous stuff behind the scenes here. I'm just trying to keep my edges from getting too odd there. Alright, so I'm going to give that about 10-15 minutes. Just want that to set up to the point where I can actually take it out of the pan, because if I tried right now it would just slop everywhere, and that's definitely not what we want for that. So I'm going to slide some stuff out of the way here. Yeah, this is going to be a sticky set of dishes. Prime Dino, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Shout out to Prime Dino. Awesome streamer, super cool. How's the leg? Whoops. We are in business. Oh, I can turn the oven off now. Get the temperature down a little bit in here, which would be awesome. There we go. Alrighty, so I wasn't expecting the lemon bars to take quite that long to bake up. So while we're waiting, I actually thought, since just in case, I had sort of an inkling, which is kind of why I prepared something, but I figured I'd have it in the background just in case, because I wasn't sure if it was gonna be needed or not. But I have in my other freezer, yes, I have two freezers. I have the fridge freezer and I have a chest freezer. Yes, and I live by myself and I'm in an apartment. There's a lot to unpack there. And speaking of unpacking, my chest freezer is literally up to here, and most of it is cake, and some edible cookie dough too, which is delightful. And I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, the rehab part is always slow, but at least it's going well and you're feeling better. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, so part of the fun of having a freezer full of cake is that you need to come up with creative ways to use it. So I figured while we're waiting for the bars to set up for a bit, I figured we could make some cake pops. I'm excited. So, because literally, like, I have bags and bags of cake like this, like all the scraps. This is from that lemon cake that I made Mother's Day. Cake pops! Actually, that's the best part about cake pops, is they don't really require, yes, it's more dishes. I'm not even going to try and lie my way out of that one. So yeah, I have lemon cake that was left over from those mini cakes I made. No, I swear, Prime Dino, I've thought about doing it that way. You know, like, through the magic of television, here's one already done. And some days I think I probably should have done that, because it probably would have been a lot easier. But yeah, no, I always end up with so many leftovers. And yeah, so I thought, let's make some cake pops while we're waiting here. I also have, and the best part about cake pops is they really are, you know, use whatever you've got. Like, depending, sometimes I have chocolate cake, sometimes the caramels could have used that then. Yeah, no kidding. And yeah, so it's just basically use whatever you've got kicking around. Like, I have lemon cake, I have chocolate cake, I have golden syrup sponge, I have pretty much anything you can think of. But since it is lemon month and we're doing lemon everything else, lemon cake, and then I also have lemon cream cheese frosting from that same bake. So yeah, yes, no kidding. And then I figured once I've got those put together, we will dip them in some white candy melts and let them set up and give them a little bit of a crunchy exterior. Maybe give them a bit of a sprinkle with some sprinkles. And yeah, frosting. That's the other thing I have. You think I have a lot of cake? I have just as much frosting. I think there's something actually physically missing from me. I am incapable of making a single batch of anything, especially when it comes to like frostings or something, when you're not quite sure how much you're going to use, because they're always like, oh, for a cake this size you need this many cups. I'm like, I like to be generous. I personally think that if the frosting and the cake layers aren't basically the same height, then you're doing it wrong. So there's that. Yeah, so not only do I have a boatload of cake, I have equal boatloads of icing, frosting, all the good stuff. I even have like royal icing for cookies. It's kind of ridiculous in the best possible way. So anyways, I've got the lemon cream cheese buttercream and the lemon cake. I'm just going to grab a big bowl because these are literally the easiest things on the planet to make. Yeah. Exactly, Lala. It's not hoarding. It's being prepared. You know what? I'm the girl that you would want in a zombie apocalypse. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. For sure. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Scuffed home baking. But I am not scuffed. I am pleasantly, let's see, kitschy. Maybe slightly not so polished. Yes, generous amounts of frosting. Well, and then of course, then there was my birthday cake that I made this year, which was actually layers of cake, then layers of edible cookie dough that were the same depth as the cake, and then cake, cookie dough, cake, cookie. There's 6 layers, and then it was frosted in a brown sugar cookie buttercream, Italian meringue buttercream. Yeah, yeah. If you're gonna make your own birthday cake, you better make it a good one. Yeah, Team Banzai. Yeah, exactly. Curating. Thank you, Elizabeth. So, yeah, I am the person you would want for definitely for your zombie apocalypse team for sure. I'm also a pretty fast runner, so there's that. So all you do is you just take, yeah, as much of the cake as you want. I'm gonna see what we've got here, and I'm just gonna use this whole bag because why not? And all you do is you just crumble it. Oh no! Yeah, no. Funny, you should have seen my 420 stream. It was specifically geared towards that kind of hunger, and I did brownies that could be zhuzhed up with the magic ingredient, and I also did a chocolate chip pizza. So, yeah. Come closer. It's hypnotic. No, I'm not gonna start getting all weird there. Okay, this is a lot of cake. But the best part about cake and extra frosting is really you can freeze it all, which is, you know, helpful if you overbake. Meringue frostings actually hold up really well in the freezer. They last 6 months to a year, depending. Said cake. Oh, is that the picture of my birthday cake? That's funny. Yeah, no, it was pretty darn tasty. Alright. All you're gonna do is you're just gonna give it a good smush so it's sort of crumbly, get rid of all of the big chunks. Because basically all you're gonna end up doing is rolling it back into a ball. And then sticking it, dunking it in some candy melts, and then maybe a shot of sprinkles for good luck. Yeah, cake. All the cake. Kind of like zombies. Oh, speaking of zombies, I was watching another stream today, and you guys remember that game, Oregon Trail? You know, the one where you're crossing from to the west. And I actually do deliveries, Lala. And now that Underground has figured out that we actually have a way of shipping things, that is now officially a possibility and will happen. But Cat and Tat were able to meet up with me after my last stream for some cake, so we know it can happen. Alright, so this is a good consistency. You want it sort of crumbly. This is a fairly moist cake to begin with, so it's probably not going to take a lot of frosting in it. I died of dysentery. Yeah, me too. But I was watching this stream today, and they were playing Oregon Trail. So it was like Oregon Trail. There's still dysentery, but you're chasing zombies. It's so much fun. Oh yes, yes. Shout out to Queen PIB. Hilarious. So funny. And I think she's Canadian. I'm guessing she's Canadian. I'm not sure. So to this, all you're gonna do is you're just gonna dump in wait for the technical term here, a schwack of your frosting. That's an official measurement, schwack. Yeah, that looks good. Add a little bit at first. Well, not a little bit. This is definitely not a little bit. Yes. Everybody's favorite word, moist. It's funny. It used to drive me crazy. Now I don't have a huge problem with it. I'm just gonna grab the whole box of gloves because I have a feeling I'm gonna be in and out of them. And so yeah, like do the frosting in batches, stages. That way, you can check and see if you need to add more or not. Because as everybody's fond of saying, it's easier to add than it is to take away. So definitely do it in stages. And all you're gonna do is you're just gonna take this. Oh my god, if you need therapy, this is therapy. And this is also going to be all over my floor. You just want to combine your frosting and your cake until it gets to a consistency where when you take a handful of it, it's going to hold a ball shape. Pretty simple. I'm like, this is the most basic, like, soccer mom kind of thing you can do with leftover stuff. People used to do this with, like, this originated, people were like using like leftover supermarket cakes. And they were just like, oh, we've got half of this thing left from a kid's birthday party, and that's basically how these came about. And then they became fancy, and then, they sort of have lost favor though lately. I haven't seen them a lot, as much as I used to. And let's get it worked in here. Oh, and it smells so good. All that lemon, because there was lemon in the cake, like a lot of lemon zest and juice in the cake itself, and then there was lemon juice and zest in the frosting. So we got plus cream cheese and butter and all that delightful stuff. Yeah. All right. So when you've got sort of a consistency, it's almost like a dough, like a bread dough. You're gonna take it. Oops, my glove. It is going to fight you. It's going to want to stick all over everything. And you're just going to grab it and see if it will hold a ball shape. Just like that. You don't want to squish it together too hard because it'll end up getting really, really dense in the middle, and then you'll be like eating foam rubber. Yeah, so we're going to do that. I'm happy with that consistency, so I'm glad that I didn't overdo it on the frosting to start. Although I'm a little disappointed I still have this much left and this much cake, but I think we're definitely going to have plenty of cake pops here. So I'm gonna get this back in the fridge. Cake balls. Not all the balls. As long as they're not sweaty, it's all good. Oh, that was funny. Who was talking about chocolate salty balls? I actually looked up the recipe for that. Like, make that, and then Underground came up with you still have a boatload of cake. Maybe you should make cake pops rather than salted chocolate salty balls. Is that the song? South Park, I think. Great. So, well, isn't that just handy? I have this tray here. Yes. Oh, and welcome to Underground's favorite new emote that he just got. That yellow one. In love with that. Got my candy melts. I am going to get some parchment. Line my tray here. Just so they don't stick. South Park, yes. Yeah, Sweaty Balls was SNL. Chocolate Salty Balls was South Park. The fact that I know those things would make my mom so proud. It's her pride, my universal. Okay. Keep telling yourself that. Okay, so let's roll some balls here. And this is a good size. You don't want them too big because they are pretty rich. You want them kind of bite-sized so that if you want to eat more than one, you also won't feel too bad as you're eating more than one, which is okay. Oh. And it's not science. I'm not going to weigh them. I want to make them relatively equal. And when you're dipping them, you can do it one of two ways. Today I'm going to dip and then I'm just going to let them sit on my parchment. So they will have that flat bottom on them. If you wanted to avoid that, you could get a block of floral foam. That's stuff that they soak and put in the bottom vases for floral arrangements. You could grab some of that. You can actually get it at the dollar store and wrap it in foil, and then you can use that to stick your pop sticks in, and that way they'll dry upright so you won't get that flat bottom from the resting on flat surface. But that's entirely up to you. And I thought about doing that, and I'm like, nah. Let's just make them. They'll be delicious. Not like I'm putting them in the display case of a patisserie, so. Flat bottom girl. Do not make the world go round. They're flat. As long as they're not flat earthers, that's right. That's okay. Okay, apparently my balls are getting bigger as I go on. And they don't have to be perfectly round. For some reason, no matter how hard I try, when I'm making round things with my hands, there's something about my hands that I just am incapable of making them perfectly round. They always are sort of elliptical. It took you a second to reply to that one, Underground. I was getting a little nervous that you were blacking off. Amazeball. That's an awesome emote. Oh, whose is that? That's awesome. You're laughing too hard. Yep, my balls are getting bigger. And the jokes are coming faster. And usually when I say things like that, I don't realize that I've just set myself up for it. That one I totally did. Okay. Man, I'm going to be making a lot of deliveries. There are a lot of these. Yeah, as you can see, this guy was, petite, and then his friends are Banzai size, which is a-okay by me. I'm not gonna be sad about having more, because a small cake is good, more cake is better, right? Not touching. Okay, Elizabeth, I appreciate that. All right. Oh, that. Okay, yeah. Now I just apparently have absolutely zero idea what I'm doing size-wise. Because, yeah, I'm spreading my balls across. Oh, man. Oh, stop. I'm going to start laughing really hard, and then I'm going to snort. I really don't want to do that. Those are some huge... I know. They're fun-sized. Oh my gosh. I'm glad that this was the place that you could type that. I'm starting to think my sticks aren't going to be strong enough to hold these things. Did you say reasonable balls? Is that reasonable? Yeah. Blue balls. Oh, where's Sheila when you need her? That's actually the username for one of Underground's co-workers from a while back. Also remove the mouth. Yeah, no kidding. more. I have to breathe. Hang on. Okay. Yeah. These are not. These are unreasonable balls. Yeah. We have crossed the threshold into. Yeah. These are adult balls. These are not children's balls. That just sounded really terrible. Oh man. It's kind of like having like dicks in chat. That's probably the most fun emote. Yeah, no, my ability to judge these. Is that kids? I know. It was halfway out of my mouth, and my brain was like, stop yourself, stop, don't do it. And yeah, no. It just, yeah, that was my outside voice. Damn it. So, yeah. Please don't cancel me. Yeah. Okay. God, stop. Oh, no. Kid size. No, not kid size. Adult size. No, not adult size. Unreasonable size. Man, there's just no way that this is ever going to. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You can always count on URC. Rescue is in the name, so he will hook you up with the not so appropriates, which is okay. You're really mad. Fantastic. Oh, I'm so glad. Actually, I'm glad that it took you this long to think of clipping, so that's good. There's a lot more that won't get clipped, which is awesome. Alright. We're down to probably 3 more here, I would say. Yeah. I think we're good. Get 3. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick these in the freezer for a few minutes just to firm up, because nobody wants saggy softballs on their sticks. So I'm going to let those firm up. I am going to put the sticks in first, though, just so that I'm not worrying about trying to get them in after. Go. Awesome. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 23. It's not bad. 23 cake pops. I'm impressed. And I'm just using standard lollipop sticks. You kind of want to swivel them in. You don't want to jab them because you run the risk of them cracking down the middle. Say no to crack, kids. You don't want cracks. And you want to go just over halfway, if you can. That comes all the way through. No. Yeah. You don't want to like poke through the other side, but you do want to get it well settled in there so that when you go to dip them in a bit, they will not fall off. Oh. This is a time of year that I wish it was actually mid-December, because I could use my balcony as a freezer. But sadly, these will not set up when it's still out there, 21 degrees. Yeah. These will just like slide into nothingness if I put these on the balcony. That's the only good thing. I can't see. Is that a Breaking Bad emote? Prime Dino? No, I just can't speak. First, I'm putting my foot in my mouth all over the place. You know what? I tried watching it, and I just couldn't couldn't get into it. I might give it a try again. Because I didn't mind. I actually watched a couple seasons of Better Call Saul, and I actually enjoyed that. So, and that was a prequel, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe I'll try it again. Yeah. No, it's funny because some things that I didn't like years ago, now I'm starting to get into, like Friends. I never liked Friends, but I can actually watch it now and find it relatively amusing. Yeah, like Seinfeld, was never a Seinfeld person. And then there's some shows that I'm like, oh, that would be really great. And then it was either on during something else I watch, or I forgot to record it. And then once you get behind, you're just like, oh, well, I'm already 5 shows behind. I'm not going to bother. So, alrighty. So those are good to go into the freezer. And I think our curd bar is looking pretty good. I'm actually just going to leave it for a few more minutes. Have to do some rearranging here. Talk amongst yourselves. And yeah, that's not gonna fit. Okay. While we wait for that, we're gonna give that another few minutes. Need to stop being on Reddit. Those balls. What? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna leave these to the side. Because the curd hasn't quite firmed enough yet to take it out. Why, thank you. And to dip them in, I am going to use just regular white candy melts that you can find at Michael's or pretty much any baking store. Good thing about them is that they have a vegetable oil component in them, which means they will, like, they're not pure chocolate, but it also doesn't need to be tempered, and when it cools it will harden, so you'll have that nice crunchy crack shell on the, not a crack shell, man, I'm just all over the place. That nice crunchy shell on the outside that has that snap. So the best, and the other thing is you don't have to be too careful about melting them. Put them in a bowl, get them in the microwave, 30-second intervals. That looks good for now. Let's set that to the side. I am going to start off melting that. I love how I have like 5 thoughts all at once. So 30 seconds. Clip failed. Haha. Apparently it was not meant to be. So yay. I'm happy. That's a good thing. For me. Okay. Let's take a look at these here. Yeah, I'm a little nervous about... Yeah. It has cool... Oh. And this is what you definitely put them on things, because with these removable bottom pans, it did leak a little bit. I'm going to cut some of this down. It's aggressively tall. Allegedly, yeah. Oh, I have never claimed to be the most mature person in the room. I know I'm not. Yeah, I'm concerned that if I cut these now, that I am going to end up with soup, because it is still a little jiggly. Oh yeah, that's way too jiggly to cut right now. I'm even nervous about taking them out of the pan. Yeah, that needs to go back in the freezer. That's 12-year-old boys. Hey, I'm okay with being, or just 12-year-old in general, Elizabeth, not just boys. We could all be terribly, terribly, terribly immature. We need that. And that's removable bottom if I put it on something slightly, not me, she said. Yeah, if I put it on something slightly uneven, the bottom will press out, and then we will have 11 bar disaster in the freezer, which is something we want to avoid. You know, I could probably get the fridge just to... Kinder balls. Damn you, underground. Balls. And I was hoping to get them into the freezer, but my lemon curd squares still need a little bit of time. And my fridge, I don't think will be able to handle sticks that tall. So we're in a little bit of a pickle. Can't do the squares yet. Unbelievable. Can't do the balls yet because they're still too soft. Like, as you can see, they're not going to dip very well. The sticks will actually, oh, maybe they won't be too bad. Be careful with them. You know, oh, yeah. And that's exactly what happens. It ends up sliding down. Don't tell me you need it in the freezer. No, I just need to be better about the ones that I have. The other way I could do this, I bet, is I could... More freezers. Oh, man, you know what? And the thing is like, let's be honest, underground, like, it's a small, like, it's a cube freezer. It's not one of those big, long, honking ones that, you know, everybody's parents had when they were kids. Like, these are... Like, this is just a tiny, like, apartment-sized freezer, so... I don't feel too bad about it. And let's see. We'll stir this around here. And give it another 30 seconds. Because what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm actually going to dip them and then put the sticks on them and then let them set up. And they can just set up that way. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's the one good thing. I have a gigantic storage closet out on the balcony as well, which I call the body closet, because I can literally, like, hide bodies in there for months. If you're looking for a hookup, you can hit me up in the winter. An outdoor freezer. Lost my balls. Yes, I lost my balls. Oh, for Pete's sakes. All the balls. All the balls. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to dip them, and then I'm going to stick the sticks back in them. I'm just going to use the fork method, hopefully. Hopefully that'll work. I used to have... Maybe spider method might work, too. Wow, okay, what's going on today? Nothing. Nothing's going on. It's all good. It's all good. There's nothing to see on the balcony in that gigantic closet. That's a snowboard in that snowboard bag. Balls, hookups, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. Especially my favorite kind, vanilla. Yeah. No. Alright. Getting pretty close here. Like, you can't ruin this stuff, but I kind of want it slightly not super runny, because I don't want it sliding right off the balls when I dip them. Because what else are you going to call them? Like rounds? Like cake rounds? Oh. What now? What are you OMFGing about now? Because I obviously missed something. I'm starting to feel like I am the joke, but I'm not hearing the joke. Which is par for the course most of the time. You need today's VOD. Nope. Hard pass. Not happening. No, I'm kidding. Cake spheres. Yeah, that would work. That would work. Thanks, Elizabeth. I knew I could count on you sliding off. Oh, God. All right. I will think before I speak. Oh, who am I kidding? I've never done that before in my life. Why would I start now? All right. Content. Yeah. My complete lack of awareness of what comes out of my mouth. I don't have a filter. Yeah, exactly. I don't have a filter. And I'm okay with that. Let's see. This is the one that was... Yeah, that's a little thick still. I think I've given up on that ball. That's okay. I have an odd number. I don't like odd numbers, so... That guy's just going to sleep. Definitely better to lean into it. Yeah, and I have been known to, you know, double down on the ridiculous. So I'm okay with that. You know what? I'm surrounded by balls. It's all good. Loose balls. Yeah, this is a very loose ball. This is, yeah, just sad balls. Saggy balls. Don't want them sagging on the stick. It'll be very sad. Okay. And this stuff's taking forever to melt. It's weird because usually it's pretty quick, but I also don't want to send it straight over. Loose balls. Is that kind of like loose change? Or loose women, I suppose. Oh, the balls! Yeah. No. And it's funny because that actually came up when I was looking at my channel earlier today to change my schedule. It was like, oh, do an intro video for yourself. And I'm like, I don't know what I would do. And yeah, no, I guess apparently I just needed to make some balls. And it's all ready to go. Ooh, that is hot. Okay. That has seized. What the heck? Man, now I've got lumpy chocolate. No! Decorating comes later. Oh, I missed what Underground said he was going to do. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes, my parents' dog. I love him to death, but he is hairy. This has seized. I don't know if you can see that, but cake balls might not be. Was not expecting that. Candy melts are called candy melts for a reason, because they melt. That's it. You don't have to worry about them seizing up. So I thought. Apparently, this is not my finest moment with that, which is very strange. And it's got this odd consistency, because usually when it splits, it gets like really oily, but this is just like body butter. Is kind of appropriate for balls, but yeah, no, I don't think there's any rescuing that. Sometimes you can rescue it if you add a little bit of veg oil to it just to loosen it out, but I'm worried. Scuffed ball. Yeah, no, that is not going to be savable. I don't think, and I'm a little concerned about adding more to it just to see if that would help, because that would just be a waste. So yeah, I'm thinking that's a no. Well then, let's check on the bars here, see if they've cooled enough to be removed from their pan. Never mind the sound of cake sliding out of my freezer. More dishes. Oh god, yeah. More dishes, more dishes, more dishes. Oh, shiny disco balls are my favorite. R.I.P. Yeah. R.I.P. cake. Well, it was frozen cake, so. And it's well wrapped, so it's good. Yeah. No. Now we're hitting the is any of this actually gonna work segment. Oh man. This is not how I expected this to go today. I just have a feeling that these are still a little too soft, but we're gonna give them a poke anyways. Just gonna grab going to go down the side in between here because it did leak a little bit. Bing bong. Pretty much this is my bing bong moment. I thought wagon wheels were bing bong moment. No. I think this might be it. You know what? They're gonna taste good, so it's not gonna matter. Not gonna matter. And the cake balls I'll just put in the freezer and try that again. Try that again for another day because I need to put more things in the freezer. Right? Alright, so looking nice, but it is suspiciously wiggly. That would be like a really good character name in video games, suspiciously wiggly. Just gonna grab a cutting board here because I have a feeling that it's gonna go one of two ways. It's actually gonna shock the hell out of me at work, or it's gonna be a bit of a mess. So I'm just gonna press the bottom of the pan and hopefully well, I'm gonna pull my sling again. Make sure that it's not stuck. Alright. Let's see. Oh yeah, we are sinking in the middle. Ah. Well, wow. So slack, yeah. Super slack. Like, that is gonna be lemon bar soup if I try to take that out. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to let that set probably overnight. What I am gonna do, however, is once it has set up, I will film the finishing touches, taking it out of the pan, making some decorations of it, cutting it and stuff, because yeah, like we are gonna end up with lemon soup, and I know this is so frustrating. I take you right to the edge and then I don't satisfy you, and I'm so sorry for that, but unfortunately, yeah, that's not gonna it's gonna taste delicious, and Kat, I'd like to get them to you and Kat in, one piece, and Elizabeth, you as well. So I hope you guys will forgive me for not completing this on stream, but what I will do, send it in a cup. No. Just no. I have dignity, damn it. Yeah, I hope you guys will forgive me for not completing it on stream. But thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. This was super fun. What I will do is I will actually, once it's set up enough to be removed from the pan and cut and decorated, I will absolutely film that last bit, and then I will put it up on YouTube so that you guys can see the last little bit of process. And then hopefully I will be able to deliver to my local folks here, and I know Underground and I will be working on getting the logistics sorted for deliveries to places further off, because sharing is caring, and I do enjoy sharing. Like I said, cake balls too. Yeah, oh yeah, that a basic service. Yeah, that could work. But yeah, and I will also finish the cake balls and show you guys those too, and those will definitely be available for delivery as well. So yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. This was not how I. These things that like, how do lemon squares not work? Is what I want to know. Because like I've probably made them a million times, but yeah, no, this was the yeah. No, I don't know what to say. I'm like, I don't even know what. I'm like, I don't know whether it's maybe too hot in here or, you know, I don't, like, read the recipe. I don't think I got that wrong. Well, thanks, Tat. You know what? I had a super fun time. This has been great. And I hope you guys did too. And I'm really, really grateful that you guys came and hung out and kept me company because as much fun as I have talking to myself, it's always more fun talking to friends. Yeah. I will be back Sunday for my usual challenge stream. Not quite sure what I'm planning on doing for that. But make sure if you're around tomorrow night, Underground will be on at 9 Mountain. If you're in LA area, Silver Lake Lounge will be hosting our friends the Database at 11 p.m. Pacific. And so yeah. Raid Cash Meow. Yeah, no, that sounds good. Sounds good. Cash Meow's awesome. He's an IRL streamer, half Jewish, half Japanese, American, but he's living in Tokyo now, and he walks around and does like 24-hour streams. He is hilarious, and he just eats and drinks his way through town, meets up with people, has like random conversations. It's great. It's basically like being in Tokyo without the jet lag or the potential of catching COVID. So, oh, I'll have to raid? Okay. Let me grab my phone to do that. And yeah, so please, if you can, stick around and check him out. He's really a ton of fun, and I enjoy. Now it's / raid, right, Underground? I am so terrible at the mechanics of Twitch. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Lala. I appreciate it. So yeah, Cat, Tat, Lala, Elizabeth, Database, Prime Dino, Aloha. Thank you so much for iDad Good, Bug Shop. It's been so awesome having you here, and of course, super huge thanks to my fantastic mod, Underground Rescue Channel. Yeah. Oh wait, you think you can't? Oh, okay. Yeah, I start talking and then I stop doing things. So sorry about that. But yeah, no. Oh, I put in the / and I've got ban, timeout, unban, unmod, untimeout. Yeah, so I hope I see you guys again on Sunday. I think it'd be a super rad time to watch me maybe try and get something that works. And yeah, definitely hang out in the Discord. That's always a good time. And no, I have to. Okay, it's / raid. I know how to spell raid. Yes? Is that how it goes? / raid? Oh. I got the raid part, I just forgot to put raid cash. Is it underscore? What should make it you know what? I'm not quite sure. I was thinking maybe a Bomb Alaska. Because, is it all one word? One word, okay. I was thinking of Bomb Alaska because I've been kind of dying to get my ice cream maker out again. Yeah. Channel. Oh, it's follower subscriber only chat. So that's okay. You can still hang out. You just have to follow to talk to him. But yeah, so thank you so much again for keeping me company on a Thursday night. And love you guys lots. And I will see you again Sunday. Bye. Oh, the raid has been canceled. I suck at everything Twitch tonight. Let's try this again. No. Let's try it again. Oh, the anticipation. I am like the queen of edging tonight, aren't I? Oh, W. Try that again. I'm not touching my phone so that I don't unraid anybody or hit the wrong button. Like, okay. Now I can hit the raid now button. Okay, love you guys. See you Sunday. Thanks for being here.